Drugs.
Be careful, Valentina, they're saying you're pretty confident, but here in MMA I ain't the one that you want a problem with, so stop it, bitch, or you wanna gon' have to drop a bitch. I ain't about to lose and go out like my homegirl Ronda did, but speaking of losing, how about you and Amanda Nunes? She beat you twice, and for this fight she's teaching I'm the student, never truant, cause I really wanna beat you, I'ma do it when I do. Please don't go to the media with excuses. I know you beat me in Muay Thai, but this is different. This is more than throwing punches, knees and kicks and clinching. This is more like war. These motherfucking chicks is vicious, and anything goes. I don't fear any of these hoes, not even Rose, Tatiana, just Andrade, or Cyborg. If you're trying to frighten me, then you should try more. When we fight, we'll get it poppin' like July 4th. At UFC 231, you're gonna die, whore. It's the fight game that I adore. I gave up everything to fight these wars, to become the greatest fighter in the world. So I hope you get what you're paying for. Be careful with me. Do you know who you're fighting? About my legacy or about my striking? You might beat these other girls around the world, but they ain't nothing like me. Be careful with me. Yeah. It's not a threat, it's a warning. Be careful with me. Yeah, I'm writing some bad words and your name on a water bottle. Be careful with me.
This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full-Time MMA. Don't be a bagel-biting, bagel-bitch boy, bagel-bitch back.
What is going on, full-time family? Let's get the screen up. All right, we are ready to start the show. It is Friday, November 23rd, the day after Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody that celebrated had some happy holidays, man, and some good food. I know I did. I celebrated 2 Thanksgivings. I was too full from the first one to really even eat it the second one. Y'all know how that goes sometimes, but hey, man, it was a good day. Now we're back, and we got some fights to talk about. We got some fights coming up, and a little bit of news. Not a lot of stuff going on, honestly. Watched some fights this morning, though. I watched, I caught the tail end of the co-main event of the one FC card today, and then I got to see the Brandon Vera fight. Nice knockout in the first round while he was stepping back. Brandon Vera defended his heavyweight strap over there. Looked great while doing it. I believe they had said that now that they have 5 Filipino world champions over at ONE FC, so they're over there doing their thug thizzle. That was a great card this morning. I stopped by Dan from Oregon's, fight companion for a little second and said what was up over there. So salute to the family. Let's pull up the chat, give some shout outs, and we'll get started with what should be a pretty short show. Not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, the fights are tomorrow morning, not today, not tonight. They are tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Stamina MC in the building. London Colin, what's going on? Stamina Pinhead, Leon Dubbison. I'm here with my broken foot just resting up. What's going on, Leon Dubbison? What happened to your foot? Troll Buster says goat. Oh, we gotta put, you just reminded me, just in case. I don't even know if we're going to be talking about any goats on the show today. But you know what? Just in case. Goat sounds. We got to get ready. Alright. Let me pull this up just for, because there's likely going to be a goat we're talking about on the show. I mean, actually, now when I think about it, when you look at the title, we definitely got a future GOAT we're going to be talking about. So, salute to Troll Buster. I also really hope the thread title is John K's Fuck Up, Not Yours Full-Time. Nasukaw isn't Chinese after all. Well, let me see. Chinese kickboxer. It says Conor McGregor was offered $5 million to fight Chinese kickboxer. So, I would assume that's who he's talking about. It says, I mean, that's what I got. It was like he literally said $5 million, 3 rounds. He said he was going to put it in escrow. Okay, it says, I had a guy message me. I guess we'll get straight into it. I had a guy, and that's why there's a question mark, by the way. It's like, wait, was this a potential? Did McGregor get this offer? You know what I'm saying? I had a guy message me a few days ago, a Chinese kickboxer who wanted to do 3 rounds with Conor for $5 million. So maybe it's a different guy. But yeah, it's a question. I'm just, speculating a potential. Maybe he got an offer as well. But yeah, I'm not saying anything set in stone. That's why there's the question mark for sure. And yeah, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. It's not that big of a deal anyway. I mean, we're just fucking fans talking about it, right? Stamina MC says, Heezy, Mr. P. Leon Dobson, hey, respect to you, Pinhead. I like the content you came with last night, little bro. Trollbuster said, what's up, Mr. Perfect? What's going on, everybody? All right. I'm lost in the fucking sauce, says Trollbuster. Sorry to hear the bad news. Full-time streams will only be twice a week. Oh, it's actually good news, man, because I'm about to be having another job, so I'll fucking... My real life will get way more back on track than this YouTube. You know what I'm saying? This YouTube stuff, it was cool in the beginning. It was actually looking like there was some sort of like future here, regardless of anything, just with the growth. But with the way shit's been going, like, we definitely got to pull back a little bit. And yeah, also it's a good thing because I'm gonna be making more money getting out of my situation, payday loan, etc., etc. So it's a good thing. We'll still be here, just a lot less. You know what I'm saying? Still a couple times a week. Probably do an extra bonus show or something on Patreon every week, just for the people that are patrons, and I definitely appreciate that. So But it's all good. Racial insensitivity system in MC. I don't know. Is Chinese a race? I thought race was a skin color thing. I thought race was like black or white or like yellow. I don't know. Yeah, more like a racial stupidity thing. You know what you can just say I'm stupid. You know, I'm not a professional. I didn't go to school for this shit. I don't claim to be a geography major. I'm not trying to be professional. It is what it is. I like racial stupidity over racial insensitivity. Daniel Cormier, greatest says, where is sexy Cam with the sexy feet? Alright, dog. Man, hey, Cam. Yeah, bro. Alright, I got you. Bro, I ain't even doing it, bro. I ain't even doing it, bro. It ain't that serious. I appreciate the support, but honestly, you don't support enough for all the toxicity you bring to the chat. I ain't even feeling it, man. You came in. First thing you said is some shit about busting on somebody's feet and shit, bro. I ain't even, not even the time, brother. I sound low. Let me check the chat. Volume mixer. Nope, that's not what I need to be looking at. Sounds. See if I can turn the volume up. Properties. Levels. It shouldn't be low. Maybe it's on here. No, it shouldn't be low. Should be able to hear me, but if not, might be some technical difficulties. I apologize, but everything on my end seems to be good. It seems to be like it should be up. So yeah, I came in the tail end of that one. Yeah, bro. I ain't even doing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even doing it. I'm just blocking shit. Blocked. We ain't got it. I do have you blasting through my car speakers right now, says Trollbuster. Yo, salute to Trollbuster. All right, let's talk about the show. We're going to talk about the upcoming fights that are going to be tomorrow morning, because hopefully we all wake up in time to watch them. Unless where you're at, it's, you know, a little more convenient for you to watch the fights. But I know me, normally I'm waking up about the time this main event's going to be starting. So set my alarm maybe. But, you know, if it was a huge card, I for sure would set my alarm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know if anything aside from the main event really jumps off the card for me to really be something I set my alarm for. But of course I would enjoy the fights. I woke up this morning and watched some one championship fights, so if I'm up, I'll watch them. But I don't know if I'm gonna make it a fucking. I gotta be up at 6 in the morning. Fucking Song Yadong's fighting. You know what I'm saying? PK Boxing just jump in the chat. DC's talking some outlandish shit. Yeah, bro. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that. I ain't even trying to, you know, just interrupt the show every fucking 5 minutes going back to see who he's arguing with and who's being toxic. We have just a way better flow of things when homie's not in here being disruptive. So it is what it is. Pinhead says Overeem versus Pavlovich going to be a great one. I like Pavlovich. He's pretty good. And also, by the way, I'm also pretty sure that dude might be Stewie. Like, really might be Stewie. So, I ain't fucking with it. Alright, guys. Let's get it going. We're going to be talking about Blaydes versus Ngannou 2. Let's look over the prelims if there's anything that stands out to me. Louis Smolka's returned to the UFC. Kevin Holland's second fight in the UFC after that very impressive fight against Thiago Santos. Looking forward to that. Yan Xiaonan versus Yuri Kondo. Fun fight. Jag versus Weili Zhang, who's on a 17-fight win streak. I like that fight. Two heavyweights. One of these guys, you know what I'm saying? Not the highest skilled guys in the UFC by any means. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. Might be a knockout. They're heavyweights. Wu Yanan versus Lauren Mueller. Interesting fight there. Song Kenan versus Alex Morono. I like Alex Morono in that fight. He's definitely been fighting some experienced guys inside and outside the UFC. So we'll see if he can get the job done against Song Kenan. Main card. Li Jingliang versus David Zawada. That's going to be a really good fight. That's a toss-up for me. Somebody could very well go to sleep. Either one of these guys. Song Yadong versus Vince Morales. My motherfucking boy. Song Yadong.
Where's my boy Israel? Hey, he's been gone for a while, especially with Song Yadong. Got a fight coming up. I'm surprised he ain't motherfucking been here sooner. Stamina, she said, I done told you, Nyuka. I mean, you did, but yeah, like I said, like half the time I'm so, like I'll be on a tangent or doing the show or doing something else. I'm not like even seeing it, but like I saw the first thing this nigga said is like, what's up, where's Sexy Cam? Like, I would love to bust on her feet. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. First thing you're talking about, I'm not even into it. I'm really fed up with the bullshit. Alistair Overeem versus Sergei Pavlovich in the co-main event. Alistair Overeem said he had to Google his opponent, which I did as well for my fight breakdown. But Sergei Pavlovich is undefeated, 12-0. Came up, I think he was fighting at 93 kilograms, which I did the conversion. Also Googled that. I think it was like light heavyweight. But Alistair Overeem was a smaller heavyweight. So, I mean, in his most recent fights, he's been fighting Francis Ngannou and Curtis Blaydes, you know, guys that are a lot bigger than him because there's such a huge gap in that heavyweight division. You can be anywhere from 206 pounds to fucking 265. So, you know, Alistair Overeem, I think, usually comes in like 220, 225, maybe 230. And, you know, he's been fighting some bigger dudes. And now maybe it's the edge goes the other way. Maybe he's a little bigger in this fight, but that doesn't mean really much at all. I mean, Alistair Overeem has lost, I believe, 17 or 14 of his 17 losses or 17 of 21 by way of KO, TKO. So he's going to be taking on a young, dangerous heavyweight, Sergei Pavlovich, 12-0. Hasn't really fought, doesn't have the resume clearly, or hasn't fought the same level competition as Alistair Overeem. But you got to wonder, he is 12 years younger than Alistair Overeem, Russian heavyweight. So it's definitely an interesting fight. Alistair Overeem riding a 2-fight losing streak, uppercut from Wakanda by Francis Ngannou, and then got beat TKO'd by Curtis Blaydes, who were actually both in the main event. Those are both the last two guys to finish Alistair Overeem. So definitely going to see if he can get back on the winning track. He left Jackson Wink, moved down to Elevation Fight Team, which I think is an amazing move for Alistair Overeem. Elevation Fight Team is one of the best up-and-coming fight teams out there. They got a lot of the, you know, best prospects and up-and-comers, and even TJ Dillashaw and stuff like that. They got some amazing fighters at Elevation Fight Team. So I definitely like that move from Alistair Overeem from Jackson Wink to Elevation Fight Team, and I think he should be able to come in here and potentially get back on the winning track. But we will see. It's going to be a tough fight in the co-main event. I think he's going to have to avoid getting knocked out, and he should be able to get it done. But we'll see. Moving on, we got Curtis Blaydes in the main event versus Francis Ngannou. This is a good fight, man. It doesn't matter how boring Francis Ngannou's last fight was or how disappointing you were in his last two performances, right? It's like you still know the potential of what could happen if he catches Curtis Blaydes or any of these heavyweights. It could just be night and night soon. So, for anybody, and that's a possibility in this fight, but it's going to be hard for me to pick against Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes is dangerous on the come up. He's still young. I mean, hell, this dude could lose and still be a UFC champion in the next couple of years. You know, if he gets caught, it wouldn't completely derail him because he's so young and talented. But Curtis Blaydes also could be a heavyweight title challenger soon. This guy's got some of the best wrestling in the welterweight division, or in the heavyweight division. When you think of heavyweight wrestlers, you might go Daniel Cormier, you might go Cain Velasquez, but nobody's really, I mean, as big as Curtis Blaydes with the wrestling. I mean, DC's going to be retired soon, so of course you give DC a wrestling edge over anybody, but I'm talking about legit heavyweight. Curtis Blaydes ain't probably ever thought about light heavyweight. Curtis Blaydes is going to be a monster. He's training with Elevation Fight Team. I believe he's trained a little bit with Stipe earlier in his career, and he talked about how the double was always there. Of course, you know, it was still earlier in his career and stuff like that, but I'm actually a big fan of Curtis Blaydes and his potential. Like, seems to be not only a really good person, but just his fighting. He's an amazing fighter, great wrestling. Might not be the most exciting, you know, style for a lot of people because, you know, he might take dudes down and they're like, oh, you didn't want to stand with fucking Overeem? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, what? You got to take him down? Like, you guys, this isn't kickboxing. And when he took him down, you saw it wasn't just, he didn't just lay on him. He looked for the finish, and boy, was it dangerous when he got it. The fucking elbows over the top, just fucking cut him open. That's not where he got the nickname, but really, you saw the nickname Curtis Razor Blaydes in that performance. So, dangerous. With the takedowns, clearly going to have the better wrestling and cardio coming into this fight with Francis Ngannou. Striking's probably a toss-up. I mean, Ngannou, he's for sure dangerous, but, it's not like he's the most technical fighter. So, I'm giving the edge to Curtis Blaydes, but Ngannou is always dangerous. Looking forward to this fight for sure. Now, with that being said, one of the headlines coming out of these fights tomorrow, Alistair Overeem speaking with the media, he said he had to Google his UFC Beijing opponent, Sergei Pavlovich. He said it's his debut fight in the UFC, and he's an unfamiliar name to me, so I kind of had to Google and see what he was all about. He's undefeated, so his motivation is going to be there. He's a young stud, but against those type of guys, I always say yes. The fans can look forward to a very action-packed fight. And he said, I'm one of the veterans now, and I think my resume is kind of special. I've been fighting forever, it seems. 88 fights altogether with the K1 Pride in different organizations. It's make or break for me. Either I annihilate or I get annihilated. Mostly, I'm the one doing the annihilating, but we're back to annihilate some more. So, looking forward to Overeem's fight. Also, he's one of my favorite heavyweights in MMA history. I mean, I wasn't even a huge fan of MMA back when he was really on his tear and he was Overeem. Like, I really wasn't even watching in those days, but even becoming a fan after that and just hearing about Overeem and going back and watching some of the fights, and even seeing him in the UFC, you're like, yo, this dude's a fucking beast. Decorated striker. I mean, just such a legit legacy and resume as a heavyweight, just decorated and dangerous. He's always had that fan-friendly style. He's never been, he's always been a striker, which, of course, when you're getting into the sport as a fan, when everybody starts off casual, everybody, unless you have a wrestling background yourself, initially likes the striking. You know what I'm saying? It's not until you become more evolved as a fan you start appreciating the grappling a lot of the times. And so Overeem has always been one of those guys that's, got the highlights and everything that it takes to be a fan favorite. And so I've always liked Alistair Overeem. Looking forward to him to get back on the winning track tomorrow, but it's going to be tough. Now, moving on, John Kavanagh said Conor McGregor was offered $5 million to fight a Chinese kickboxer. Now, to me, my first thoughts are Tenshin Nasukawa. We know about Stamina MC already told me earlier, and I forgot. Tenshin Nasukawa is not Chinese, apparently, according to Stamina. And like I said, it's not racial insensitivity, it's racial stupidity. You really can't expect somebody to know every single fucking person's race that you're talking about, or literally fucking Google it. Like, when we're talking about a UFC fighter, right? Like, if we're looking at these fights, like, you can't expect somebody to know how to pronounce everybody's name, know everybody's race. Like, did you just say Song Yadong? It's Song Yadong. Like, did you just say Vince Morales? It's Morales. It's like, bro, I don't know every fucking flavor of did you say David Zawada? It's Zawada. I was like, bro, I don't know how they pronounce their fucking names. You can't expect somebody to figure out every pronunciation. Oh, that's not how his name is pronounced. That's not exactly where he's from. Bro, we're just fans of the sport over here. I completely understand if you're some fucking professional journalist or something like that and you really need that for your credibility. I don't want to be none of that, bro. I'm a fucking fan, and that's all I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be professional like that. So, as a fan, the first shit I thought when I saw McGregor was offered $5 million to fight a Chinese kickboxer was like, wait, was McGregor offered the Nasukawa fight? And that's what you see in the title, because I'm sure a lot of you thought that as well. And, it gets better, especially whenever he says, John Kavanagh, that is. I had a guy message me just a few days ago, a Chinese kickboxer who wanted to do 3 rounds with Conor McGregor for $5 million. Now, $5 million actually is a lot of money. I was going to say it seems low for like Mayweather and McGregor, right? But actually, no. McGregor got paid fucking $3 million as far as his show up money to fight like Nate Diaz. So $5 million's a lot for a 3-round exhibition. And who else has been offering big money for a 3-round exhibition? Somebody help me. Tenshin Nasukaw, right? That's the only why the Floyd wouldn't be over there doing a 3-round exhibition if it wasn't for money. So when I hear $5 million for a 3-round and a Chinese fighter, forgive me if I think Tenshin Nasukawa. But either way, he says, and he was going to put it in escrow. It wasn't like he was just joking because, again, I get a million messages like that a day, but you just don't pay attention to him. But this guy was connected, and it was a legitimate offer, but I know he wouldn't do it because it's unknown if McGregor's UFC contract would even allow him to accept the exhibition bout of the nature, not to mention the fact that his next foray in the octagon is in question as he awaits for the verdict from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, of course, from the brawl at UFC 229. But it says, since apparently McGregor's team is declining the exhibition offer, it's just a moot point, but Kavanagh still is tickled that his fighter is considered for these unorthodox opportunities. And you know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't Nasukawa, because if it was especially a few days ago, Nasukawa's already got his shit going on with Mayweather. But somebody like Nasukawa, you know what I'm saying? He's really similar to that situation. It seems like this time a Chinese fighter. I don't know if Nasukawa is it insensitive? If I guess Japanese, Vietnamese, Singapore. I don't know, bro. Fucking sue me. What the fuck you want me to do? How do you know that? How do you know that for everybody? I guess you just gotta. I'm just too stupid for you guys. You know, for whoever the fuck would be offended for that. This ain't the channel for you. So. Yeah, man. McGregor was offered $5 million to fight a Chinese kickboxer. Was it Nasukawa? Probably not. But it wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have seen the Nasukawa versus Mayweather fight almost fall through. We saw the press conference. Mayweather came out and said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't agree to a fight. It was supposed to be an exhibition match. We ain't fighting." You know, and now it's back on. So my thought process kind of went, if Mayweather falls out, if he doesn't agree, they can shoot the offer to McGregor. Hey, McGregor, Mayweather's out. Do you want to come do this fight for $5 million? You know, because we really don't know how much Floyd was getting. Is it $5 million? Is it $10 million? I'm sure he's not getting $100 million for a fucking exhibition. So $5 million sounds, it's really similar, man. If you want to pull teeth and call me fake news because I say Mayweather versus Nasukawa, I don't care if people think I'm fucking fake news. I'm a YouTuber. But yeah, so that's one of our topics. We got a few more things to talk about. We're about to get into some WMMA. It says, better up that shit to 15 mil for Conor, says Kenshi wrote MMA. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's right. It does sound a little cheap. Sam says, I was teasing, but you can kind of tell where a lot of these guys are from due to their name. I've traveled a lot, so my experience is different to most guys. Yeah, bro. As an adult, I've literally never been out of fucking Kansas. I wouldn't know. I got Vietnamese cousins, and I still can't tell you the difference like that, bro. I got a bunch of Vietnamese homies, too. And so, like, I still couldn't tell you the difference. You're way, way more well-traveled than me, OG Triple O. So, yeah, definitely just a little different. But it is what it is. You know, I know that some people are kind of particular about that shit like that. But, yeah. Him says, I think Conor's teammates only won 3 fights this year. Yeah, man, that they definitely have been taking some L's for sure. I know the dude at Bellator, y'all know who I'm talking about, got knocked out in the first round after talking all the trash. James Gallagher, I believe Sinead Kavanagh lost. Arnold Berdon, we just saw that L. McGregor, we saw that L. Yeah. It's been some L's over there, brother. RP says, I think Conor should do his business. PFL giving Kayla Harrison easy platform, says Arpit Singh. Hey, I don't even know who she's fighting yet. That's what we're about to be talking about. I'm going to look up her opponent, who it is, but honestly, I don't give a damn because it's all just getting ready to start off the next year, the lightweight tournament. Can't wait for that. And it's only her 3rd pro fight. Now, we saw in her 2nd pro fight, she fought someone that was 8-2, which was very impressive. But we'll get to that. First, we're going to talk a little Macie Barber, willing to face Paige Vanzant in Brooklyn, and actually that goes well with this next story. Actually, we'll talk about this first real quick. Situation, now we're getting to the fucking details. Now we're seeing details from the horse's mouth. We're not speculating. We're not just casting our own aspersions and what we think happened and who we think did what. You know, when the details were cloudy. Now, Rachael Ostovich herself is speaking on this unfortunate, shitty situation. She has a jealous husband, and it doesn't matter if she cheated on him, even, you know, because that is what it seems to be the case. If you've seen some of the reports on social media, like, it seems like her husband liked somebody's comment. They were like, oh, what if she was cheating on him and he liked it? That doesn't give you any fucking excuse to haul off and break her fucking face. This guy got charged with attempted murder is how bad he beat this chick. And initially we didn't know if it was her husband. We just knew she had a broken orbital and her fight was, I keep saying orbitable. It's orbital. We just know she had a broken orbital and her fight was in jeopardy with Paige Vanzant. Going to be the biggest fight of Rachael Ostovich's career. ESPN Plus, the very first ESPN Plus event for the UFC. Vanzant versus Ostovich. Both of these girls, beautiful fighters. Great showcase fight for both of them. She had a good chance of winning this fight. She had a chance. Maybe not a good one. Either way. It was going to be a huge opportunity for Rachael Ostovich's MMA career, budding MMA career. And now this domestic violence has not only, you know, put her in danger as far as, you know, she had to go to the hospital and, you know, she not only did it put her through physical pain, but her career is, not only did she take physical damage, her career just took a huge hit. And it's unfortunate that this happens in MMA. We've seen this now, and I don't know the correlation. I don't know if it happens as much in the fucking WNBA. I don't think that's the case. But I'm just saying, in WMMA now, I don't know why I'm not going to make any correlations. We've seen this even recently with the Andrea KGB Lee situation, where her career was put in harm's way because her husband was spotted with having Nazi tattoos. And so people were like, that's going to fuck her career up. And we seen he didn't get the tattoos covered up, and even we don't know what happened behind the scenes, which is why I don't like talking about this shit without the fucking details, because you do a lot of speculating, and yeah, you know, you get on your high horse and you fucking you do your preaching, but without the details, I just feel like that's really not a good thing to do. For one, a lot of these people don't want the public in their fucking private life. This shit's hard to deal with, especially if you got a family. You might have kids with these people. So much shit that we don't just, there's no need for random people to be speculating. Now, if you know these people, yeah, speak on the situation. But if you don't know these people, I don't get speaking on it like you do. So that's why I'm not quick to do that. Now, what I can tell you is, now we have some details. We'll read the details, and I'll give you some of the obvious. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if your chick cheats on you in the worst way. You know what I'm saying? That's no excuse to fucking beat her. That's never an excuse. The only reason you could ever even talk someone into why you put your hands on a female is if you're fucking defending yourself, and even if, then it's a fucking bad look. I personally have never fucking put my hands on a female in my fucking life, but I have seen so many different situations where you just can't be too quick to judge. I've also seen the flip side, where a dude cheats on a chick and she goes to ruin his life. Does she break his orbital? No, but she fucking pours sugar in his gas tank, cuts up his clothes, fucks up breaks his windows, calls his job, gets him fired, and ruins his whole fucking life because he cheated. So this is a two-way fucking street. No, dudes should not fucking hit females for no reason, especially if it's because she cheated on you. Quit being jealous, insecure, go plenty of fish in the sea, yada, yada, yada. Flip side, motherfucking females, you know what I'm saying? And you don't see dudes, whenever a dude beats a chick, you don't ever see a guy come out and say, oh yeah, she cheated on you, you gotta beat her, bro, good shit. But also on the flip side, when a chick fucks up somebody's life, you'll see, girl, oh, get that, man, get him. You're going to co-sign her fucking up his whole life, lying to his job, putting false charges on him, fucking up his car, doing all this shit because he cheated. So, you know, let's not fucking, let's just be a little even-kiltered here, you know? Clearly this dude's a piece of shit. If all she did was cheat. Now, to a lot of people, though, if we want to be realistic, that's a big thing. It's your ego. If you're insecure, whatever, that's a big thing. If someone, you don't know what you have invested into, someone has invested into a relationship, you don't know the extenuating circumstances, you don't know if this chick fucking cheated on him with his brother and then sent a motherfucking picture to him with the, and even then it's not okay, but I'm just saying, you don't know no goddamn details. You don't know if she just cleaned out his bank account right before then, and you don't know if this motherfucker had issues, you know, psychological, traumatical issues as a kid. You know, like in the Rose Namajunas situation, the reason you can't judge her for that broken window thing is because you don't know what the fuck happened in her past, right? So for these dudes, not these dudes, I'm not defending these dudes, but I'm saying in a situation where you don't know the details, don't fucking jump up and act like you're the fucking king of the world because you know that domestic violence is bad. Everyone knows that shit. No shit, it's easy to get up here and say, you hit a woman, you piece of shit. No, duh. That's so fucking easy. That's obvious. Get him in there with Derek Lewis or Johnny Walker, I'm with you. When you know the details. But when you don't know the details, why the fuck are you in people's business? That's where I am. And that's why this is a shitty situation. Now we're getting to the details and this motherfucker's locked up on attempted murder charges, went way overboard, and he's going to have to pay for that shit with his freedom and probably somebody that knows her. She's an MMA fighter. She's got a lot of MMA fighting fucking homies and people that care about her that are all going to be on this motherfucker's head. So they don't need you on your motherfucking soapbox or you're on her Twitter. We don't need no fucking Twitter warriors going over to her fucking his Twitter and saying, oh, you're a piece of shit. Shit's happening. Go ahead, tell him he's a piece of shit. Get in these people's business. Go tell her that she needs better. Obviously, get in these people's business. Go fucking ahead. But this shit's already working itself out. Homie's already fucking getting locked up. And there's already if you are really into it and you're looking at the shit, just on the fucking website I saw where the dude liked the comment where somebody was like, oh, what if she cheated on him? Somebody was like, yo, this better not have been you, bud. There's people on this motherfucker's ass. Now, if you want to go join the fucking mob, go ahead. Go ahead. This dude's clearly a piece of shit. But I'm just saying, like, don't fucking act like I'm wrong when I'm waiting for the fucking details. It's that simple. No excuse for a man to hit a woman. That's obvious. That's clearly 95% of people's stances. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what the fuck happened. Clearly. It don't even matter. A lot of the time, people don't even care if this bitch got a gun, a knife. It don't matter. If, you know, you could present a situation to somebody like, hey, what if your ex was mad that you moved on and she came up and fucking punched your kid? You know, some people ain't gonna take that, bro. Some people ain't gonna take that. And they're gonna snap and they're gonna get arrested for it. And like they should. But some people just don't take that shit. If you got your son and your daughter and you've moved on to a new chick and you got a crazy fucking ex and she does some stupid shit and like hurts one of your kids, now are we talking? Like, it's so easy to look at it fucking black and white. That's just so easy, bro. Fucking Wolf Martin says too many simps out here. Yeah, and then they'll call you a fucking simp or... And I know that this term clearly isn't going to be politically correct in 2018, but when I came up, there was a such word as Captain Save-A-Ho, and it was there for a reason. There ain't no ever Captain Save-A-He when a motherfucking bitch just called your job and got you locked up and lied, said you fucking raped her, or she fucking poured sugar in your tank, sliced all your tires, all because you moved on, called your job, lied, got you fired. Where the fuck is the mob then? Get the fuck off my motherfucking nuts. What are you talking? I had people acting like, boy, you old whack ass. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, that shit pissed me off because I'm talking about wait for the details. You motherfucker taking the easy right. It suck my fucking, man, it is what it is. That shit got me heated low key. But it's like, man, you know what? I don't give a fuck about these people that much to respond to them. So it is what it is. But we'll keep it on the MMA tip, and we'll move on. Macie Barber willing to face Paige Vanzant if, well, we know now Rachael Ostovich is out of the fight. Now we'll see if Paige Vanzant's really about that action, if you know what I'm saying. Now we'll see if Macie Barber's really about that, or if Paige Vanzant's about that action, because Macie Barber ain't no easy fight. Macie Barber's dangerous. Macie Barber's not the type of chick that if you are slacking on your pimping in the fight game, she's not the type of chick you stay on a card and fight short notice if you got a pretty face you're trying to protect. You know what I'm saying? For Paige Vanzant, the Rachael Ostovich fight for me made a lot of sense. They're both pretty faces. Neither one of them are probably going to get hurt too bad. They ain't going in there against a killer like that. You know, it's going to be a good fight. Maybe somebody gets submitted. I ain't seen no Jessica Andrade's knockout from it, though. But you go in there against Macie Barber, you might get knocked out. You might. And so, we'll see if Paige Vanzant stays on this card. But I would be surprised. There would be a lot of respect to Paige Vanzant if she stays on this card and actually fights Macie Barber. That'd be huge respect. So, Jay Skill says, I spoke up as a person who grew up 6 years old seeing my... Yeah, and a lot of people. I grew up seeing a lot of that shit, too. I don't know what your stance was, but, bro, so many... I can't say everybody, but a lot of the people that I know saw that shit coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. But, yeah, I'm not going to get into the chat on that and go back into that conversation. I know you guys are just having a conversation, but I gave my thoughts on it. Fuck all that. And I'm willing to debate that with fucking anybody that wants to get on their fucking high horse, or, you know, any fucking Captain White Knight wants to get on their high horse and tell me I'm wrong for waiting for the fucking details. We can talk about it, man. Because I completely agree with what you're saying, the obvious shit, but you're taking the black and white, easy ass, obvious fucking route, and it is what it is. Trollbuster just said free Tekashi 6ix9ine. Holy shit. I don't know about all that. That nigga's crazy, bro. I don't know. Maybe that's the place for him. Shit, I ain't gonna digress too much, but a lot of shit coming out, and with them being locked up, and like right before they was talking about how he might have fucking put his hands allegedly on his baby's mother as well. He might have hit her, and then now there's videos of him talking about putting 30 stacks on somebody. So maybe that motherfucker ain't too innocent. Free Sean O'Malley, though. That's what I'm talking about. Would have loved to have Cam take on this one, says Mr. Perfect 2005. Macie may break her arm again, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, Macie's a dangerous opponent. Macie said, who wants to see me back in action against PVC January 19th in Brooklyn? Yo, that would be a hell of a fight. Macie Barber versus Vanzant. Let's see if Vanzant's gonna stay on the card. It will be interesting. You know, Macie Barber has called out Mackenzie Dern. Now, you got to say this about Macie Barber. She knows who to call out. You know what I'm saying? She definitely ain't calling out no Tatiana Suarez or no Jessica Andrade. She's calling out the pretty girls that, you know, some people question their skills. Mackenzie Dern and Paige Vanzant. You know, she's calling out, even though she's new in the game, she's calling out some fights, you know, that she might feel like is winnable. Wouldn't call that cherry picking, but she's picking the right names, big opportunities. It's like when someone calls out, like, not McGregor, but when you call out someone with a bigger name than you, you know, it's kind of like clout chasing. That's what it really feels like. But here, this is a different situation because Paige Vanzant might need a short notice replacement, and you're throwing your name in the hat. If you get it, good for you. But with her two call-outs that I've heard of, Paige Vanzant and Mackenzie Dern, that's something that I've noticed. You know, there's two of the prettier faces. Maybe you can beat them, take a little bit of that clout out of them, showcase your skills a little bit. Paige has declined the fight with Macie, says, I'm him 247. That doesn't surprise me at all. That does not surprise me. If you want to see a champion, just follow my career. Macie Barber's post-fight speech at UFC Octagon was pretty funny. What Chinese kickboxer, says Clayton Funky? It was supposedly just a Chinese kickboxer, no name given. I just assumed with the fact that Mayweather and Nasukaw had fallen out, it's a 3-round fight, you know, that it remind you of the Mayweather versus Nasukawa situation and the fact that the fight had fell out. You know, I thought it was Nasukawa, but it might not be Nasukawa. It might just be Chinese kick. How do you fucking headline that? Mayweather offered $5 million Chinese kickboxer fight. I would rather just say Nasukawa with a question mark, and then we'll just add like 3 question marks so people know it's a question. Like, wait, was he? Speculation. I'm not fucking. But yeah, it's or just like Mayweather versus Nasukawa. Like, we can just talk about the potential fight. It's motherfuckers be making a big deal of it. But yeah, not too much. We only got like 2 more things to talk about in the next one. You know I'm looking forward to. I'll fix the title afterward. I'm not doing that during the live show. Kayla Harrison versus Moriel Charneski, booked for PFL 11. Now, this is going to be Kayla Harrison, I believe, 3rd fight this year. Either way, she beat Brittany Elkins in her first pro fight. Really quick armbar submission win. Looked amazing. People said, oh, yeah, but she had a losing record. She was 3-4. They didn't say who did my favorite fighter fight in their first pro fight. They didn't say who did the GOAT fight in their first pro fight. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say nothing like that. But when it comes to the future GOAT, Kayla Harrison, everybody's hating, and I think it's got something to do with her, you know what I'm saying, being blonde, and, you know, people assuming that she's going to get fast-tracked because she's blonde and white. Maybe it's because something to do with that. But really, I think that's unfair, unrealistic. If you've seen Kayla Harrison, if you know the fucking story, you're just playing yourself, honestly. I mean, this girl was not just a Olympic medalist. I mean, you know, like Ronda Rousey, yeah, she had the judo bronze medal, and you saw what she was able to do with just a bronze medal, judo, at 135 pounds. We have Kayla Harrison, who used that motivation coming up with Ronda Rousey, got a gold medal, did it again, got 2 gold medals. Now she's in MMA. She didn't just transition to MMA and start armbarring chicks either. She transitioned to MMA and fought for a full year with American Top Team, one of the, if not the best fight team in the world as far as talent. I'm not talking about their personalities. I'm not saying I like Colby Covington's personality. I'm talking about the skills. Aside from AKA, it's AKA, ATT. Those 2 are up there. Those are top 2 for me. She trained with ATT for a full year. WMA champions like Amanda Nunes and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Just like when she was training under Ronda Rousey, getting motivated by Ronda Rousey to surpass her. Same thing with Nunes and Joanna. How can she surpass these teammates, though? You can't just become a champion and surpass these girls. Because it's the same thing. They've already did that. There's only one fucking way for Kayla Harrison. There's only one goal for her to even be transitioning to MMA, and that's literally to beat Cris Cyborg. That's literally her fucking sole existence as an MMA fighter. Not sole, she's going to do great things, but I'm saying that's what she's here for. That's why she's here. She's not here just to become a fucking champion. Amanda Nunes did that. Ronda Rousey did that. Joanna did that. She is here to be the greatest, and there's only one way that can happen. And yes, it's too soon to talk about her to fight Cris Cyborg. It's too soon. But I'm talking about the potential. I'm talking about the full year that she trained with American Top Team before fighting her first pro fight. I'm talking about the fact that she fought a girl that had 7 pro fights in her first pro fight. A lot of people, they fight their first pro fight, and they fight against another person making their pro debut. You're 0-0. You're 0-0. Let's fight. No, she was 0-0 and fought a girl with 7 pro fights. Was she 3-4? Yes, but she had 7 pro fights to 0. Okay, they weren't impressed. Oh, 3-4. Wait till she fights someone with a winning record and with some hands. Give her Josette Cotton, 8-2. They thought she was gonna fucking have a chance or something. Kayla Harrison didn't even just come in and take her down immediately. You might have thought, oh, all she has is a ground game. She's just gonna armbar this girl. No, she fucking came out there. She was throwing punches to the body, leg kicks, high kicks. She was showing fucking head movement. And then she took the fight down where she wasn't allowed to throw elbows and dominated the position. And then you got to come up with, oh, wasn't even able to submit her. Did you see the fucking head movement in the kicks or not? Did you see the 8-2 record or not? You can just keep fucking hating all you want. Hate. We can all keep hating on Kayla Harrison. But it ain't going to stop her from fucking being great. Hate don't stop great. We'll just say that. I don't know who Moriel Charneski is, but I honestly don't care because this isn't the important fight in Kayla's career. The important is next year, that PFL female lightweight tournament. That's going to be super dope. And then after that, we'll see where we go. Because after that PFL tournament, it's going to be 2020. It's going to be fucking 2020, and it's going to be motherfucking Harrison time. Fucking time, Matt. Let's go. Now, let's look up her opponent just because I want to see the fight. I'm going to be watching the fight, and I'm curious. Moriel Charneski. Alright, the Machine. Oh, shit, she's a Machine. Oh, shit. She's 3-4. Kind of like Brittany Elkins. But that's all good because this is Kayla Harrison's third fight this year, and we're just getting started. We're going to look forward to this. There's going to be so much going down on this card, you guys. It's a can't miss. It don't matter who she's fighting in this fight. Like I said, this is all the beginning. First year fighting, bigger and better things. We're going to come in here, snatch this girl's fucking arm off her body, and we'll be ready to celebrate New Year's Eve like we ain't even been in the fight. We're going to be partying and all that shit. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, and matter of fact, a chicken wing taking that fucking arm home with us. But also on PFL 11, it's the $1 million conclusion for every single fucking weight class. You got the light featherweight tournament for $1 million, the finalists squaring off, the lightweight finalists, the welterweight finalists. Everybody who wins becomes PFL's inaugural champion and wins $1 million. The middleweight finalists, you got a lot of people winning belts and winning $1 million after PFL takes this girl's arm home with her. So can't wait for that fight. PFL 11 going down December 31st. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. CFR Sports says, can't wait to see her evolve further. Very early days. Very early in every fight. You just see more and more, right? I agree with you. Kayla Harrison gonna win this, says Arpit Singh. Oh, yeah. This fight, if she lost this fight, that would be a heartbreaker. Who else can potentially beat Cyborg? Good question, Move Lizard. And oh, by the way, just to the Harrison haters out there. Oh, by the way, even if Kayla Harrison beat every single person in the planet except for Cyborg, is that a hype job? If you can beat everybody on the planet except for the GOAT, are you a hype job? Because if so, you would be calling Daniel Cormier a hype job. You would be calling Wonder Boy a hype job. You would be calling everybody that lost to GSP but was still a great fighter a hype job. You know why? Because they were still great fighters. You can still be a phenomenal fighter and just not beat the GOAT. Hype jobs are people that suck. And they got hyped up because of their looks or something, and they didn't necessarily have the skill. When you talk about a hype job, I think about unproven people more so like the people you say that have the looks, that are in the UFC for looks. Like, if you want to talk about, like, the Sage Northcutts, the Paige Vanzants, the fucking, like the Anastasia Yankovic, even though she's badass. I'm just, that's who I look. I don't look at somebody that was a two-time. I don't look at fucking Henry Cejudo or Tatiana Suarez like hype jobs because they got legit skills. They're going to take their wrestling skills and they're going to put those to use. As even though Tatiana Suarez only has 8 fights, I don't look at her as a hype job. She's got legit skills. When Kayla Harrison's 8-0, she's not going to be a hype job. That'll be 3 years of training with American Top Team, the best fighters in the world, and just dominating fights, getting fight experience. And if you beat everybody except Cyborg, that's not a hype job. Wonder Boy beat everybody except for Woodley. Everybody. Is he a hype job? Come on, man. Come on. But it's all good. We got one more thing to talk about. But I knew we'd need the GOAT sounds. I knew we'd need them. We talked about it a little earlier. Brandon Vera retained his title with the one-punch knockout. Eduard Folayang also captured the gold in a 5-round thriller. One championship went down this morning. Having some morning fights this weekend. Of course, UFC's in the morning tomorrow. So today was one. And I definitely got to catch the Brandon Vera fight. It was pretty fucking epic. He was stepping back, got the knockout over his opponent in the heavyweight scrap. Defended his title. Pretty dope fight. So we know one is on the rise. They recently acquired Demetrius Johnson. Miesha Tate's the vice president over there. MMA trades are opened up, and one is definitely becoming a big player in the MMA game with some of these acquisitions. So looking forward to some of these cards, you know, with some of their bigger cards, some of their bigger fights. Maybe we'll get to catch some more. But with that being said, that's really all we got for today's show. Of course, tomorrow's UFC Shanghai. Blaydes versus Ngannou. Let's pull up the chat before we get out of here, see what the family's talking about. Then we'll be calling it a show. Suarez is nasty, said Jacob De La Cruz. Yes, sir. Clayton Funky says judo goes a long way in the UFC. I mean, it depends on how high level your judo is. You know what I'm saying? Some people think judo sucks. But it depends. There's levels to this shit. If you're just a judoka transitioning into MMA, first pro fight, no MMA training, you might get whooped. But if you take your judoka skills and you train for a full year before you start fighting, and you're one of the hardest workers in the gym, you can do nothing but become great, especially in a newer division, you know. So yeah, for sure. Wonderboy definitely got robbed, but Till had some advantage. Home advantage has removed Blizzard. More likes, says Leon Dubson. Yes, if you haven't yet, don't be a baby back bagel bite bitch boy. Do your boy a favor. Smash the like button like your middle name is Khabib. Jay Skill says, what's up with Tito Liddell? They had their weigh-ins today. I think they're fighting tomorrow evening, actually. Good call. UFC's in the morning. I think Liddell versus Ortiz in the evening. If you guys are checking that out, I might check it out. Who knows? Who knows? Where is Jessica Benet? Says Mr. Perfect 2005. I got no clue, brother. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Do your boy a favor. It'd be much appreciated. Don't leave me looking out here like y'all don't support the motherfucking show with the thumbs up. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't be leaving us dry. Maybe you still got a bunch of bagels left over from Thanksgiving, and if you do, for this show, I'll understand. But once you finish them motherfuckers, come back, smash the thumbs up button. Much appreciated. We're out of here. Thank you guys. It is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments.